In this video, I'll be discussing the new CBP process of admitting foreign nationals into the United States with a stampless entry and an electronic I-94. Welcome back. My name is Jeremy Richards, a U.S. immigration lawyer with the law offices of Richards and Jurusik, where we dedicate our practice to U.S. immigration law. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, hit the thumbs up, like button, share this content with your friends out there that may find this content helpful as well. And thank you for tuning in and watching. In this video today, I'll be talking about CBP's transition from a stamped entry and a physical I-94 card to the new stampless entry and electronic I-94 card. Historically, when you were admitted to the United States, CBP would issue a physical card that they would staple into your passport that was referred to as a CBP I-94 record of admission. That card was actually the most important document that you received upon entry to the United States because it showed that you were entered into the United States through inspection legally. And that I-94 card would indicate your visa status, when your visa started, when your visa expires. If you came in on a TN visa, for example, through a port of entry, the officer would also annotate on that card who your employer was that you're approved to work for, as well as the profession that you were approved under. So it contained a lot of helpful information. As well, that card would be used to then obtain a social security number to start working in the United States for U.S. employer, and the I-94 card, along with your passport, serve as proof of your legal authorization to work in the United States. Along with that, the officers would often stamp the passport with an ink stamp in the passport. They would indicate the port of entry that you came through, the date that you were stamped, the date that your visa is valid for, and other information that the officer would choose to annotate in your passport. Beginning in April 2022, CBP started a transition away from these physical I-94 cards and physical ink stamps in the passport, and have now almost fully transitioned to a full electronic process. So don't be alarmed when you're admitted to the United States and you don't have a physical I-94 card. They don't give you one. Now it has become an electronic process. So the passport that you use to enter the United States, once you're entered into the United States and you're admitted in whatever visa status it might be, CBP will then enter into their system your admission to the United States. They'll enter your visa status, they'll enter the date you were admitted, they will also enter the expiration date. This also applies to those that come into the United States as visitors as well. Oftentimes you aren't aware, but CBP is entering your information into the system. You can then retrieve this electronic I-94 through the CBP I-94 lookup system. And I'll provide the link and information on how to retrieve your I-94 card below in the comments. It is important that you look up your I-94 after admission to the United States, that you verify its accuracy. Oftentimes CBP will make an error when you are admitted to the United States. You may be coming in on a TN visa, for example, but they admitted you as a Canadian visitor. Well, you need to immediately rectify that and make sure that your status indicates that you were actually admitted on TN visa status other than as a visitor. That's important because without the proper I-94 in the system, then you may not be able to get a social security card and you may not be able to start working for your employer in the United States until you have proper proof that you were admitted in the status that allowed you to work and obtain a social security number. So don't be alarmed if you're not receiving an ink stamp in your passport or a physical I-94 card, because CBP is completely transitioning away from that. Now, there are cases where you might want a physical stamp in your passport as proof of your admission to the United States. You would have to specifically request that the CBP officer put that ink stamp in your passport. And even then, it's at their discretion as to whether or not they will put that stamp in your passport. That's often helpful for individuals maybe coming to the United States as a visitor and they want proof that they were admitted as a visitor, maybe a non-controlled Canadian, or maybe you're coming to the United States as a permanent resident and you're trying to obtain a re-entry permit and you want proof that you actually entered the United States to apply for that reentry permit and you were physically present and you want that ink stamp in your passport, you can demand, you can request that be put in your passport upon admission to the United States so that you have that physical admission record. But again, it's at the discretion of CBP as to whether or not they will put that stamp in your passport. If you have any other questions about U.S. immigration law or your I-94 admission record, we can help. We only practice U.S. immigration law. Again, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and hit the thumbs up and the like button. Hit that reminder bell so that when new videos come out, you will be notified. Thank you for watching and have a great day.